the driver of the other vehicle and check on injuries? What in the hell is wrong with these people?
I've seen some wild traffic drama in my time, but this one takes the cake. We've got a hit and run along with the side of Olympic level denial and an ending that may restore your faith in humanity. Let's dive into this absolute train wreck.
10-9. You okay, dude? You alright?
Yeah.
You injured?
No, I don't think.
Yeah, it was a brown or beige Saturn, black female driver, younger. I'm out with the other driver. He's advising so far no injuries, but there is airbag deployment. Melee and Caroline. I've got rescue coming for you just to take a look at you and make sure you're okay, alright?
The footage starts off with the police officer doing the responsible thing, checking to see if anyone's seriously injured, which thankfully no one was. Meanwhile, the other driver, you guessed it, already gone from the scene. Poof, vanished, like a magician at a kid's birthday party who suddenly realized he was double booked. 1 minute she's there, the next she's pulling a Houdini level disappearing act. Except instead of applause, she's left behind a trail of wreckage and confusion.
You driving this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Turn around, put your hands on your back.
Yeah,
Turn around, put your hands on your back.
cousin, just relax. Somebody just hit and ran her.
You just hit and ran somebody
No,
else.
I did
Yeah, you
not,
did.
sir. Somebody hit me.
Listen to me. Relax.
Lexi, calm down. Let me call Teddy on the phone.
41 Central, 11012.
Relax.
Relax.
Let me call Lexi.
Relax.
Myra.
Bishop to Guild. I asked her if she was driving. She said yes. Somebody hit and ran her, and she took off.
Can I get up on the call, sister?
Yeah.
This is my little cousin.
Female third search.
I gotta
Give me a
call
chance.
Carol.
600 Speedway.
Somebody gotta come and get me. They'll come. Let me see your phone.
Are you okay? Are you injured?
Yes.
Why did you flee the scene?
Cause I was
What's your name?
scared,
What's your name
sir.
first? Talk to me real quick, all right? I'm sorry for doing that to you right now, but I have to put you in handcuffs. But listen to me.
Okay,
What's
my
your
name
first
is
name?
Alexis.
All right, listen to me real quick, all right? Alexis, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used as evidence against you. You have the right to talk to an attorney or have him or her with you now or anytime you're in question. If you cannot afford it, an attorney won't be appointed to represent you. If at any time you wish to stop talking or have an attorney present, I'll question him to stop your request. You understand your rights? Okay. Explain to me why you ran.
Okay.
Or why you
I
drove
was
away.
coming out, so when I drove out, the police hit their lights.
Okay.
But when the police hit their lights, I kept going. But when I kept going, I already turned, their lights were off. So me thinking they're trying to get around me, so I kept going. You feel me? I was scared. I know I have no license, so I got scared. I panicked.
Okay.
So I kept going. As I kept going, I did not hit them, sir. As me going, they was coming out and they bashed into the side of the car. You can see I didn't hit them.
I can see that.
I didn't hit them at all, sir. If I hit them, my front thing, their front thing would have been messed up. My whole side is messed up from the tire.
Do you have ID in your purse?
Yes.
Can I grab it?
Yes. And I came here because the car was making a bad noise. You get what I'm
You should
saying?
have stopped.
You're correct. But like, will I get a bond?
What?
Will I get a bond? How much?
I don't know what your charges are right now. You might have a fleeing charge.
Your mama.
Come here. Come lean against the car for me. Relax, all right? It's an accident, okay?
Okay. You just do what you gotta do.
Nothing in the car, guns, drugs, weapons, anything like that. Just be honest now, because we're gonna look through it. Do you have anything in there you're worried about? No?
That's what this is what it's called.
So, you saw the cop lights, and you got nervous because you didn't have a license?
No, I saw the cop. Like, I went out as the police was coming in and it was for them to stop. I was already at the stop sign, so it's my goal.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right there by you finna go to Soul City. I'm straight. The police is coming to their stop sign. I'm already at the stop sign. It's my go to go. So I went. The police hit the lights. I stopped. I kept going, but they turned their lights off, and I kept going. As I kept going, they were still behind me. They wasn't behind me, but then they flashed their lights again. I was already by the street where I got hit at. As me still going, it's no stop signs there. So as me still, no it was, I stopped, and then I kept going. And And the white car was not supposed to come out as me going. So the white car hit me.
Okay.
And that's when I lost control of the car and I grabbed the car back and pressed on the brakes. If I didn't, I would not be here right now. I would have hit the pole. So
Did you make a complete stop at that stop sign before you kept going?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes, I did. I made a complete stop sign at the stop sign. It was my go to go.
Okay.
I don't see how.
So, this lady's excuse for the whole mess? It's a symphony of confusion played entirely off key. She starts with, I saw the cop lights and I got nervous because I didn't have a license. Okay, that's understandable. If you're already driving without a license, the last thing you want to see is flashing red and blue lights. But instead of, I don't know, stopping, she decides to put her decision-making skills on shuffle. And then she continues, I was already at the stop sign, so it was my turn to go. All right, let's pump the brakes for a second. Literally, it's a four-way intersection, not a middle school lunch line where you can call dibs on who's going to get first on the swing set. And then she actually keeps going though. The police weren't behind me, but then they flashed their lights again, and I was already by the street where I got hit. At this point, she's explained the situation like it's a choose your own adventure game. What reality are we even in right now? Her story has more plot holes than a donut shop, and it just keeps unraveling. And the magnum opus of nonsense, the white car wasn't supposed to come out as I was going. That's not how intersections work. It's a four-way stop, not a game of musical chairs where you sprint through the intersection hoping nobody else grabs your spot. The way she tells it, you think the white car got up that morning with a personal vendetta against her. And then she caps it all off with, if I hadn't pressed the brakes, I would have hit a pole and I wouldn't be here right now. Let's not act like you narrowly avoided some heroic act of self-sacrifice. The only reason you pressed the brakes was because you'd already turned this intersection into a live action simulation of twisted metal. And the pole was the only thing left standing. And by the end of all this nonsense, the cop asks, so, did you make a complete stop at the stop sign before you kept going? And she's like, yes, I made a complete stop. Lady, at this point, the only thing complete is the circus you just brought to this four-way stop. If the stop sign could talk, it would have filed for emotional damages after the nonsense you just put it through. All right, now here's where things become straight up ridiculous. They find the driver, and she's got the most unhinged excuses you've ever heard. The dents on your car are still warm. It looks like your Saturn went 12 rounds with the demolition derby. Then she pulls out excuse number 2. I was scared because I didn't have a license. Oh, of course, the logic checks out, because if you're already breaking the law, why not blaze through the entire criminal code faster than a cheetah chasing a baby antelope? It's like setting your kitchen on fire and deciding the best way to handle it is to throw gasoline on the flames. Truly a masterclass in problem solving. And then this one's just a chef's kiss of bad excuses. She says the lights came on, but I thought they just wanted to pass me. Like, what? You think the police are running a ride-along program just for you? What's next? You assume the siren's their way of saying, don't mind us, just clearing the road so you can keep ignoring the traffic laws in style. No, this isn't Mario Kart where the flashing lights mean you're about to pick up a speed boost. Those lights are basically screaming, pull over before you make this even worse. Which, impressively, you still managed to do. Honestly, the level of mental gymnastics here is S tier. She switched reality so much it's turning into a balloon animal. And it's equal parts tragic and impressive. If she worked this hard at anything else, literally anything, she'd probably have a Nobel Prize by now.
We're gonna figure it out.
Well, I'm leaving now, but I feel bad because she pulled in and she did tell us to call the police because somebody hit her.
Okay.
And she was scared.
Okay.
So, but I'm leaving now. So is she gonna be okay?
No, she's going to jail. Because she fled from me before she crashed into somebody and then fled from the scene.
Lexi, just stop
Positive
back
ID.
and listen to what he's saying.
Okay, you almost crashed into me at South and Jean. When you pulled out in front of me on Caroline, okay? So I lit you up, you started to stop, and then you just took off. Then you blew the stop sign when you turned eastbound on Maley and crashed into that poor guy on his way home from work, and you kept on driving. Yes, you did. I watched it happen. When you don't stop at stop signs, it doesn't matter if he hits you, it's your fault. and you're required by Florida law to stop and make sure they're okay. Okay, if you'd have just stopped, never would have happened. I wasn't even going to write you a ticket. Okay, whether your license was valid or not, I don't have time for stuff like that. I would have addressed the violation and I would have sent you on your way. But you didn't stop, then you ran a stop sign and almost killed that guy. His car is totaled, and so is yours probably.
Oil?
Yeah.
Slipping all over.
The officer's explaining everything like a weary teacher who had it up to here with the class clown. The would-be Good Samaritan behind this young lady says she was only scared because someone supposedly hit her, but the cop's reaction is priceless. And why? Because she took a reckless joyride from one poor decision to the next and apparently forgot that traffic laws are mandatory and you don't choose to obey them when you feel like it. He goes on to recap how she basically pulled out right in front of him, hesitated for half a second, then decided, might as well make this interesting, and kept driving. Next, she apparently blasted through the stop sign, took a turn, and smacked into a guy who was just trying to get home in one piece. And instead of checking if everyone was okay, like any decent human would do, she bolted again, leaving utter chaos in her rear view. And the saddest part of all this, the officer mentions that if she'd bothered to do the bare minimum, pull over and see if anyone was hurt, she might have gotten off with a basic violation. Maybe a, mild little slap on the wrist. But no, she had to star in her own low-budget action flick, driving off like she was filming a stunt sequence. Now, both cars are basically toast, and she's on the fast track to legal trouble. She turned the intersection into her own personal fiasco, and now it's all coming home to roost.
But she's been identified as the driver because I watched her do it. So.
I just went out of town. I was going to see my grandbaby.
Is it registered to you or it's registered to her?
Actually, it's registered to my mother-in-law.
Okay.
No
No driver's license? Okay.
But the car belongs to me.
Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Right.
Just because she's been identified, there are no major injuries. I'll let you guys take it.
What kind of bond am I looking at?
Let's see. She's going to be charged with aggravated fleeing and eluding.
Yes, sir.
Hit and run with injury. And driving without a license. So
right?
her bond, the DWLS is going to be $500. The hit and run with injury will be $5,000, and the aggravated fleeing and eluding will be $5,000. So 10 grand. About $1,500 if you get a bondsman.
10%.
You're not on probation for anything?
No.
She was negative hours.
Actually, I just went out of town.
What's your relation to her?
That's my daughter.
Okay. Do you want to take her property?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna check it real quick just to make sure there's nothing illegal in it because she is in custody, and then I'll let you.
You want me to keep it charged and got his paid.
She almost killed that guy. His car is totaled.
Oh, his car.
Completely
He
totaled.
almost killed me.
No, you ran the stop sign. Okay. I understand that he hit your car, but you have to stop and yield to oncoming traffic.
That come from the car?
When you're crossing
oil?
another street,
It's like,
when you're crossing another street, you have to stop and wait for oncoming traffic. Not to mention, honestly, your biggest concern right now is the fleeing charge. Because had you not done that, the crash never would have happened. Even if you stopped at the stop sign.
that's what's costing the most?
The crash.
He wouldn't have took you to jail for no license.
I'm not going to take you to jail for driving with no license. I don't
You
have
just
time
would
for
have
that.
had a ticket to pay. Go to court and you would have had to take a class before you had to.
Possibly not even that.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't even have written her a ticket for driving without
Yeah,
license.
yeah,
I would
yeah.
have just had her pull over.
Y'all know, Lena, there's so much going on. Look at what happened yesterday.
But when she takes off,
But see, I didn't know all the rest of
if she takes off and then
But I
crashes
told
into
you you
somebody,
wasn't gonna go to jail for no
my
driving
hands
no
are tied, and
license.
he wants to press charges for the hit and run as well. So, like, if for future reference, let's say you did stop at the stop sign. Let's say the fleeing, all that stuff, forget about all that. Let's say you were just driving home, you stop at a stop sign, somebody hits you. Even if it's their fault, if you take off, you're still going to get charged with a hit and run. You still have a duty in the state of Florida to stop and make sure that there's no injuries and insurance information on file, even if you're not at home.
We'll get you some numbers. Give me a second. Can you unlock it? Thank you. And you have some money in your...
We've reached that part of the show where it all feels like an off-brand sitcom, except it's painfully real. Our drivers racked up enough charges to decorate a Christmas tree, and every excuse is basically the universe going, nope, that's not gonna fly. And her dad, he looks like he'd rather be reorganizing sock drawers in Siberia than dealing with bail money and paperwork. Meanwhile, the innocent bystanders offer zero sympathy, like they've seen this kind of meltdown from her before and can't be bothered to intervene. The cop's like an exasperated teacher who had to tell his students for the 1,000th time, don't stick crayons up your nose. Basically telling her, if you just driven like a normal human being, we wouldn't be playing legal whack-a-mole right now. But here we are, rummaging through purses for bail, one car in custody, and a mugshot looming on the horizon. Moral of the story, once those red and blue lights start flashing, you're officially not the one steering the ship. Fate's taking the wheel, and it's barreling straight into Consequence City. That's it for this one. See ya.